morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, July 11th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, although I'm not so sure we're live on Facebook right now. Actually, if you're watching on Facebook at all, please let me know if you can see it. I know you can't see it on my page, but you might be able to see it on the Money Chat Now page. Oh, it looks like you might be able to. Okay, cool. Hey, you can find me again if you look for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Truth Social, TikTok, and other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. It looks like the Joe Eulander page is being transmitted. If you guys could let me know what you're seeing this on, that'd be great. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit the like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. And of course, if you're commenting from a group and it's not the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, your name may not show up on my dashboard, so please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Hey, all right, so on today's show, we're going to be discussing the recap and update. We're going to be discussing Twitter and Musk. We're going to see if we're going to talk about why Biden is useless, and we're going to be talking about the Ford E Mach. But before we start, I want to take a quick break here. I want to look at a little technical issue to see if I could possibly get this on my page. So we'll see you guys in about a
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, it looks like I can't cheat the Facebook system. I tried. All right, Facebook, by the way, Friday, let's get back to Friday. Friday was a bit of a pause. The Dow was down 46 points, the S&P was down 3 points, and the NASDAQ actually closed up about 14 points. I gotta be honest, this pause surprised me a little. The jobs report came in strong with non-farm payrolls increasing 372,000 jobs for the month of June, which was a lot better than the 250,000 Dow Jones estimate and continued what's being a strong year for job growth. And it's kind of weird. I mean, this data all came in from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it's just weird that it keeps getting better. Look, I got to tell you, all of it is good news as the fears of a normal type recession are starting to evade, right? Or elevate. I'm not even sure which. When I say a normal type recession, I mean the fact that as I discussed last week, in a recession, we have seen both drops in gross domestic product as well as a drop in jobs. In this coming months, we'll probably see a drop in GDP, but not a drop in jobs. So is it really a recession? By definition, a recession, as we know it, is 2 quarters reporting a drop of GDP in a row. Look, I've been saying this recession is not going to be a real recession, or at least it won't feel like one. And the next one, in about 9 to 12 months, is going to be the one that we're going to feel. The stock market junkies are still buying and selling stocks and trying to make some good plays. I believe the short sellers are starting to slow down as we get closer to a perceived bottom. Of course, we're officially in earnings season, and that's of today, and officially brings us the market up a bit. So as earnings season comes, market comes up. PepsiCo's earnings are the first of the major report this week on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and Delta Airlines reports on Wednesday. JP Morgan Chase and Morgan Stanley kick off on Thursday, and Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and PNC Financial, among others, will follow on Friday. So it will be an interesting week of earnings. The earnings estimates for these companies have not changed much, so that could be a good or bad. Look, as I said many times, when the market is feeling down like it is now, the earnings estimates are often below reality. When this happens, the companies typically have fantastic earnings reports, which tends to push the stock up. The earnings season will be the last great catalyst for the market, and if it goes well, we may continue to float above the 30,000 mark for the Dow, and if it goes bad, we ain't seeing 30,000 for quite a while. I'm going to say 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years. Of course, as we approach the Fed officially announcing the interest rate increase of what will probably be a 75 basis points, the market will continue to be scared as well. Look, can't we just go back to normal? I mean, I can't take it anymore. I hate transition points. Life is so unpredictable during transition. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see if there's anything better than where they were when I got into the studio this morning. And no, they actually got just a little bit worse, actually. So it looks like the Dow is down 152 in the futures, the S&P is down 20, and the NASDAQ is down 64. That's not good. All right, a couple of people I wanted to say hi to. I have not had a chance to, only because we're trying to figure out what's working, what's not working. So it does look like the Money Chat Now page is working, so thank you all for letting me know. We got James and Joe and Ken and Glenn and Ken, of course, once again, and Dave, and of course my lovely wife Linda, and we have Deb and John. So I'm kind of hoping, let your friends know that they could watch it on Money Chat Now. They just can't watch it on my normal page. And of course, Mark just joined us saying good morning as well. All right, let's talk about Twitter again. Oh boy. So on Friday, it was announced that Elon Musk was terminating his deal with Twitter to buy the company for $44 billion. On Friday, I reported that he had met with the people at Twitter and was still looking for the information on the number of fake users, known as bots, and that the social media site has. It's been a sticky point for Musk. He clearly wants to know the number of fake users and how Twitter both counts them and eliminates them. Twitter either has not or cannot provide him with this information after he has asked them several times. Look, I was thinking this weekend, and you know what happens when I start to think, right? Smoke usually comes out of my ears. Well, maybe not, but it is what it is. But let me tell you about what I was thinking. We all got the surprise article a few months back about Musk making an offer to buy Twitter. Now, this is where I want to start. Was this a real offer? If you're going to buy something, anything, would you just tweet it, or would you actually meet with the owner or board of directors first to discuss the purchase? All right, think about this. Let's say I wanted to buy the Empire State Building in New York City. Do I just make a tweet that says, here's my $2.5 billion offer? By the way, that's basically what it's worth. Or do I talk to people or trustees that own or control the building about my offer? Now, I realize I'm not Musk, and my tweet might not be taken seriously, but even if it was, before making the offer official, I would do some due diligence, wouldn't I? In the case of the Empire State Building, I might look at the leases for the condition of the building, or even the history of the building, such as earnings or whatever, before I made my official offer. Now let's get back to Musk. He made this offer kind of haphazardly, or at least it appeared that way. Or did he? I'm beginning to think that the Twitter deal was something that was cooked up between him and maybe an insider or even a bunch of insiders. There's no way he made this offer without a little bit of due diligence. And look, you might even say that he had a due diligence period in the contract, and that's how the bot discovery problem came to light. But it seems more like more needs to be done. Look, Musk has a habit of screwing with stockholders on just about everything he gets involved in. He is screwed with the stockholders over Tesla. He's screwed with them over cryptocurrencies when he tweeted about them. And he's currently the biggest manipulator of anything he wants to manipulate. Now let's go back to the fact that he did some basic due diligence before making it public, and that he was going to buy the company. If he did, the bot issue would have been clearly something he would have seen. I believe he may have put this bot issue in the contract as the way out, and it's not a surprise. The next thing that will happen is Twitter will try to sue Musk to uphold the deal. He already has a $1 billion penalty if he does not consummate the deal, but does he have to pay it if there was a material misrepresentation? I'm curious, right? Does he have to pay it? I would love to read the agreement of sale documents and see how crafty both sides were. But I also will tell you that this isn't over. It may be the end of the Twitter era, or it may be the beginning of something new. Look, if I had the resources, now would be the time to disrupt social media world with a different kind of social media company. No, not like True Social, which, by the way, is probably going to be a failure because it's just too one-sided, right? It needs to be a social media company that all can enjoy. It might happen that one of these social media companies will evolve, and as far as Twitter goes, I bought the stock and sold the covered calls several times over the past 2 months. And if I sell the stock today, I might lose a little bit, but I preserved my investment with covered calls, and that was the plan. The stock is down about 7% so far in pre-trading, and I expect it to tank today. I'll be moving on from this play, and we might even see Twitter in the low 20s in about a week, even with earnings coming up. I also predict that the earnings will be pretty good, only because of all the attention Twitter has gotten in the past few months. All right. Let's take a quick break here, and when we get back, hopefully we'll still be on Facebook. See you guys in a...
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio, 860 AM in Philadelphia. And of course, if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn about how to make more money. Everybody hit that share button because it's not on my page. Hey, try to share it with me. See what happens. I probably won't even let you. All right, hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. And also, you can leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the recap and the update. Right now, the Dow is getting worse. It's down 175. The S&P is down 23, and the NASDAQ is down 73 or almost 74. We, of course, talked about Twitter and Musk, and I don't know. There's something not right going on with this. I'm beginning to think Musk is just a major manipulator, and he's just having fun with all the pawns like you and I. All right, coming up, we also have something obvious, which is Biden is useless. And then I wanted to talk about the Ford E Mach, because it's kind of an interesting car. All right. And of course, coming up, we also have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Come on, hit that like button. Hit that share button. We lost some of the audience because nobody could see it on my page. Don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home, and let me know what you think of the show. Hey, by the way, before we start the second half, have you guys ordered my new book yet? By the way, if you order it now, you're going to have it in 2 weeks. You can actually have the physical copy in 2 weeks. It's about to be released on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble, and may even be in the stores. And you can get it on Kindle or Nook right now. And by the way, if you have the book or if you read the book, please leave me a review. I really appreciate the reviews. They're really important. All right, let's get into the second half, and let's talk about Biden being useless. Look, in the past year and a half, I've seen articles and newscasts about many policies that President Braindead has been suggesting or pushing. I remember some of the ridiculous ideas he had in the past concerning taxes. Do you remember that when he said he was going to eliminate the 1031 exchange? Or when he said he was going to drop the step-up basis for those inheriting properties? Both of these would have been disasters for the average middle-class property owner who wanted to own properties or leave it to their children. He also had the, quote, Build Back Better program that he and his cronies could not get past. He also failed with his mask and vaccine mandate. Remember that? He wanted to make everybody wear masks and everybody have vaccines. I mean, it was ridiculous, right? How about the forgiving student loans? Another failure. He keeps making promises that are not only unkept, but impractical. He is actually begging the Saudis for oil and sending our reserves to China. His ideas and ideals are a complete failure. Now he has another crazy, soon-to-be failure idea about the Roe versus Wade decision. In another bike ride, by the way, I think he was able to stay up the whole time, he stated on Sunday he's considering declaring a public health emergency to free up federal resources to promote abortion access. A public health emergency? Really? This guy is clearly off his rocker. What kind of public health emergency could be declared that would force abortions? It's like the vaccine mandate where everyone is forced to get an abortion if they're pregnant? Really? Is that what he's trying to do? Is it a health emergency because you can no longer control the birth of offspring of minorities, which is what Planned Parenthood was designed for in the first place? Well, Joe, this ain't a public emergency. In fact, the only public emergency is you as president. By the way, on Friday, Jen Klein, the director of the White House Gender Policy Council, what the hell is a Gender Policy Council anyway, said it didn't seem like a great option. When we looked at the public health emergency, by the way, I'm saying this, it's a woman, I'm saying it in a men's voice because it's probably appropriate. When we looked at the public health emergency, we learned a couple of things. One is that it doesn't free many resources, she told reporters. It's what's in the Public Health Emergency Fund, and there's very little money in it. She says there's tens of thousands of dollars in it. So that didn't seem like a great option, and it also doesn't release a significant amount of legal authority. And so that's why we haven't taken it into action yet. Wait a minute, only tens of thousands of dollars in the fund? What was this fund for, and what's it supposed to be used for? You mean if we actually have a public health emergency, you know, a real one, not like the scamdemic of the past 2 years, but a real one, we have no money for it? I really want to stop being such a free thinker. It's actually really troubling. And by the way, this declaration of being a public emergency, she said the following. Oh, by the way, he said the following. Biden said the following in declaring a public emergency. He said, keep protesting, keep making your point, it's critically important. By the way, isn't this the same thing that Trump said on January 6th? In fact, Trump even added the words, peacefully protest. Joe Biden just told the world to protest without even stating the word peacefully. Once again, we have the double standard. By the way, speaking of a free thinker, I wanted to let you know what happened to me on Facebook jail. Want to know why I'm in Facebook jail? Someone said in a post, all women should take a knee the next time the national anthem is played. I responded and said, no. They should cut off their leg at the knee to show that they're in control of their bodies. Apparently, this is bullying. Seriously. Well, now that Musk isn't buying Twitter, I guess it's back to targeting conservatives and shutting them down on Facebook and all of the other social media sites. All right, let's talk about the Ford E Mach. By now, you've heard of the Ford Mustang, the Mach-E, that is, the Ford Mustang Mach-E. It's an all-electric compact SUV that Ford named the Mustang Mach-E. By the way, if you're a Star Trek fan, you know that the Mach-E was basically the bad guys. I don't know, it's a long story. Anyway, while most of us are complaining about the name Mustang being associated with the car, it appears to actually be a big hit. Recently, the Mustang Mach-E replaced the Tesla Model 3 as Consumer Reports' top pick in February 2020, and it was named the top car in the Automobile Association of America Car Guide in May. So Car and Driver also awarded it awarded in their magazine as the first EV of the year awarded June 2021, and it was also named Utility of the Year in 2021 North American Car and Truck Year Awards. And basically, this is one of the most prestigious awards in the automotive industry. So the comparison to the Tesla Model 3 is all over the internet. Several drivers are comparing the two, and most like the Mach-E better. The high-end Mach-E is the GT. Oh, I can't believe they're calling it a GT. That even makes it worse. Which can travel from 0 to 60 miles an hour as fast as 3.5 seconds. That's pretty impressive. Comparing that to Tesla's Model Y performance version, so they have the Model Y performance version, which costs about $7,000 more than the GT, they claim the same acceleration time and it has longer range. Well, so far, reviewers have said that the Mach E has some features in its favor apart from the lower price, such as an in-vehicle entertainment system that's easier to use, superior driver assistance features, and better reliability. I have to say, I like the look of the vehicle. It's actually pretty nice. But on the other hand, I'm not quite ready for an EV yet, so I bought the gas-powered Explorer ST version. Ford may have a winner here, and if the scamdemic didn't slow down production on everything, they may have had more of a showing. Ford's stock has been taking a beating lately. The stock is hovering in the 11 range, and it was as high as 25.5 in the past year. Many thought they would be a Tesla killer. As the economy changes, we may see Ford and other dealers no longer having a supply and demand issue. This may make the automobile stocks drop even further. I believe Ford will go back to about 8 and then range in the 8 to 10 area once again. Tesla will probably drop to the 300 range, and with the 3-for-1 split that they're doing, they're probably hovering the 100 range before it drops again. Look, the electric car craze is kind of showing some kinks, but it's still growing. Rivian, which, by the way, I had really high hopes for this stock. I never bought it, but I had high hopes for it, was as high as 180 and is now 32. This was the joint venture between Amazon and Ford, and the biggest client was Amazon. How could it fail? Well, Ford pulled out of the deal, and the truck manufacturer has been slowing its estimates based on the supply chain issue. We also see other companies like Nikola sucking wind as well. You know, I don't know. They're all being pretty bad. I'm not a big fan of it right now. Even Chevy's been dropping. All right, why don't we take a break here? When we get back, we'll be discussing the upcoming market. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and I've written a book called Money Hacks. The subtitle to this book is because everything you think you know about money is wrong, and I promise you there are things you think about money that are wrong. There are chapters in this book that I think you will find absolutely fascinating, and some of them are, what is money anyway? Can money buy happiness? I'll bet you don't know the answer to that question. The truth about credit scores, how you can actually use credit cards to rebuild your credit. I also have chapters on being your own bank, how to buy houses with an IRA, and how to invest with other people's money. There are so many other chapters. There are 22 total chapters in this book, and I promise you're going to learn how to make more money and pay less taxes when you buy this book. My name is Larry Steinhouse. The name of the book is Money Hacks. You can get this book wherever fine books are sold, and you can go to barnesandnoble.com right now and pre-order it. I hope that you will enjoy it. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. By the way, did you guys order this book yet? Come on, order the book. Go to barnesandnoble.com, order Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Let me know what you guys think of it. I really want to know. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the recap and the update. Right now, let's talk about the Dow futures. They're getting worse. Minus 188, the S&P is minus 25, and the NASDAQ is minus 81. Hey, we talked about Twitter and Musk. I like it. Who says it? Rob Online says, Elon Musk is the new E.F. Hutton. That's very funny, actually. I like it. All right, we talked about the fact that something that's pretty obvious, that Biden is useless. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the Ford E Mach, or the Mach E, I should say, although I'm not a big fan of it being called a Mustang. I'd probably buy it if it wasn't called a Mustang. All right, coming up today, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? You guys got to help me out here and hit that share button, because I've lost half of my audience today because they put me in Facebook jail. So please share it so everybody can watch it. Please let everyone know what great stock plays are coming, and also what great information you can have by watching this great show. Also, you can leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And of course, if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about the politics behind the stock market. All right, let's talk about what's going to go on today, what I believe is going to happen. Earnings season is upon us, and usually that means that the market will react in a positive way. You know, look, we have some people reporting this week that are going to be really, really good, and there's really nothing notable today, but the most reports come in about 2 weeks, but it all begins this week. Twitter, by the way, of course, is being crushed at the news of Musk pulling out, and I think it's possibly going to hit the danger zone of a 52-week low. It's probably a bad play because of that. Like I said, I took a little risk with it, but selling the covered calls, I probably broke even. However, if Musk continues his history of flip-flopping, it could actually prove to be a really good play. By the way, I just can't wait for the lawsuits that will come up from this play. both Twitter suing Musk and the investors suing Musk. So it's going to be really interesting. My prediction for the overall market today is it's going to be caution in the market as investors step into earnings slowly. So just watch it, just look for it. Don't expect anything great. But even though the let's take a real quick look at the futures right now, and even though the Dow is down 188 and the S&P is down 25 and the Nasdaq is down 81, I personally don't think it's going to be that bad. It might end up negative, but I think we might be hitting the, maybe minus 200 will be the absolute max during the day, and I actually think it's going to finish higher than minus 200. So take a look for it. Watch it, see if I'm right. I just don't think it's going to be as bad as it's starting out to be. All right, let's go over to crypto real quick. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is hovering in the 20,000 mark again, and it's right around 20,500. I've said this before. I think cryptocurrency is pretty much done now, but it's not gonna just go away like that. Although some of the cryptocurrencies have, because they turned out to be real disasters. We're also going to see whether it can maintain that 20,000. Like I've said, it's probably going to hit around 12,000. Ethereum right now is on the edge of 1150, and if my prediction is correct with Ethereum, it'll probably go to about 700. So it's not going to be that great either. But you have to watch for it. You have to see what happens. Gold and silver are continuing to suck wind. This one surprises me. It really does. But it could be a good sign for the stock market. I'm also going to say I might even suggest that you do something else and start buying silver more. So that might be a play for you to start buying silver more. The Treasury bond poked its head above 3, and that will be bad for the Nasdaq. So you can actually see the Nasdaq is dropping about 80, and that might be why it's happening, because the Treasury bond poked its head up above 3. Oil has passed $100 a barrel again. It's probably around 103. But look at this. Average gas prices are moving down to $4.68 a gallon. So once again, barrel prices have nothing to do with oil prices. I knew that. It's all about, I'm telling you, they just want to give Biden the big FU. All right, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you for your continued support. If you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am also the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly if you'd like. You can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and you can contact me there. And by the way, I just want to let you guys know, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed on this show. The opinions discussed on this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. Look, watch the show. Let me know you enjoy the show, and make sure that you subscribe to the Money Chat Now page on Facebook, because when I'm down, there's no other way to watch it. Make it a profitable day. See you tomorrow.